The 21st century can boast of having achieved the greatest feat human history has ever seen, an act so ingenious and unscrupulous that it was never imagined before, and that is the convincing of a whole generation of young women that self-objectification is a form of protest against the objectification of women by male scumbags. I remember reading a story about American schoolgirls who, in protest against the sexist school dress code, decided to go to class wearing crop tops and jean shorts, in order to preach that it was for the boys to stop being perverts and not for them to dress more appropriately. I don't know who was the genius who convinced these girls of this idea, but certainly it was some pervert teacher who just wanted to see the girls in short clothes and on top of that gave the boys a nice sight during class. The girls' logic was so dumb, but so stupid, that I want to exemplify the idiocy with a little story. Imagine we are all men and there is a group of people who want to cut off our balls, so we decided to cut off our balls ourselves to prevent them from doing so. In this way, not only did we give the ball cutters what they wanted, but we also saved them from having to work hard to do it. Boy, that was a lucky break, a great day for these ball cutters, don't you think? When I was in my school days, I always heard from teachers that girls were smarter. For my generation, it was always the consensus that girls are smarter than boys. Therefore, the people in our world today who have managed to convince young girls to act perverted, dress erotically and call themselves sluts, are the greatest geniuses the world has ever seen. No one in history was as good at convincing other people. Even the Nazis had more coherent ideas and needed better propaganda. Surely it was straight, adult, white men, possibly pedophiles as well, who came up with this genius idea, but lesbian women may have been involved too. The young boys today are grateful for this kindness, and would certainly like this to be more recurrent or to happen in their schools.
Nowadays, female idols of pop culture self-sexualize themselves, with provocative dances and clothes, convincing young girls that sexual promiscuity and erotic behavior are key elements in their empowerment, indispensable tools in the fight against our patriarchal society dominated by straight, perverted men. We can also remember the women who protest with their breasts exposed, protesting in favor of usually environmentalist agendas, fighting against the white, rich, straight men who rule the industrial capitalist world. The people behind this idea of topless in the streets are also absurdly genius. Come on, think with me and together we reflect how a white, straight, perverted man would reason about this situation. A bunch of girls are showing off sensually and publicly because of what I supposedly am and do. I quite like to see girls, especially the pretty ones, dressed sensually or even acting erotically, so I must continue being who I supposedly am and doing what I supposedly do so that more often this happens and more girls join in the fun. This logic, in my opinion, must permeate the minds of big capitalists in big industries when they see women protesting against them with their breasts out. It seems clear to me that women who do this kind of thing forget what they themselves talk about men, that is, that they are all stupid and perverted, since they act in a way that pleases exactly the most perverted side of any straight man. Not even the Muslims, with their 4 wives, their pedophile prophet and their paradise with 72 virgins, come close to the level of perversion that the geniuses behind these movements possess. I, as the lonely, perverted, virgin boy that I am, certainly have nothing to say against these protest movements, and the more beautiful girls that get together to hold this kind of events, the cooler I will find it. Here's my thanks and kudos to the brilliant minds behind this brilliant idea.